Today is the Feast of the Ascension. Our Gospel is taken from Matthew chapter 28, verses 16 through 20. There's a turn of phrase there that we could easily overlook, and I'd like to make that the point of our reflection on this Feast of the Ascension. Matthew says that the disciples were gathered around. They saw him, they worshipped him, but some doubted. It's not the first time or the only time that this is noted of the disciples. It seems that the Pharisees didn't doubt. There's good reason for that. They thought they knew. But those seekers, those people who'd been touched, they didn't quite know what was happening. They had some honest doubts. I'd like to approach this reflection on doubt as a gift through a poem. In 1850, Alfred Lord Tennyson published his famous In Memoriam. It was a poem that he was prompted to write upon the death of a very dear Cambridge friend, Arthur Hallam. Hallam died suddenly of a cerebral hemorrhage. At one point in that poem, Tennyson voices a common thought, and he speaks of doubt being devil-born. That is, there's something wrong with doubt. I rather would like to suggest that sometimes doubt may imply there's something wrong, but it might also imply there's something very right. Tennyson goes on to speak of his friend. One indeed I knew, in many a subtle question versed, who touched a jarring lyre at first, but ever strove to make it true. Perplexed in faith, but pure in deeds, at last he beat his music out. There lives more faith in honest doubt, believe me, than in half the creeds. Honest doubt reminds us of Jesus' promise that the truth will set us free. Yes, even the truth of doubt. If I am in doubt, that's the truth. Tennyson writes, he fought his doubts and gathered strength. He would not make his judgment blind. He faced the spectres of the mind and laid them as he came at length to find a stronger faith his own. And power was with him in the night, which makes the darkness and the light, and dwells not in the light alone, but in the darkness and the cloud. As over Sinai's peaks of old, while Israel made their gods of gold, although the trumpet blew so loud. If we are truthful, our capacity to see and hear and come to know God in the stuff of our days is evolving. It is always incomplete. It's always coming up against the more than. Doubt is not devil-born, not always anyway, but a normal part of our God-given, God-hungry hearts, minds. Children are very much at home with a whole range of responses when they engage with people, events and things, and it's a healthy part of being pilgrims on a journey rather than people who think they've arrived. Children are very at home with wonder, awe, not knowing, doubting, questioning, searching. Perhaps this is one reason why Jesus remarked, "Truly I tell you, unless you become like little children, you'll not enter the kingdom. Faith and doubt necessarily go together. If there were no doubt, there could be no faith. A faith that doesn't question, that doesn't wonder, that doesn't search, is a dead faith. A living faith of a living human being is at ease with doubt. Perhaps the real issue is in fact that we're self-focused rather than God-focused. That our desire to get beyond doubt, to regard doubt as devil-born rather than a gift, the real issue is about control. If we've got the answers, we're in charge. The agenda there is to cease from anxiety. What if we were God-focused? I don't think doubt would matter, or better still, we would embrace doubt as gift.